Okay, so we're going to contrast Marx's vision of communism with the crude communism he criticizes. Marx's development of communism is read throughout his writings. One stage of communism is referred to as the dictatorship of the proletariat, and another stage reaches full communism. There needs to be a revolutionary transformation between the capitalist society and the communist society. The revolution needs to lift the proletariat to the level of the ruling class and centralize the instruments of production. A revolutionary movement will change the existing social and political injustice present under bourgeois society. Marx's writings on the Civil War in France discuss the Commune. This contributes to Marx's theory of the state and the revolution. The Paris Commune is viewed as a short but first example of a dictatorship of the proletariat, a government run by the working class. Peasants had elected Louis Bonaparte as president of the Republic. The army was replaced by armed people. Police became agents of the Commune, and everyone received the wage of a workman. Eventually, the Commune took the place of the state. The army and police were done away with, representing the physical force of the old government being broken. Spiritual repressive forces were also broken by the church being disestablished. Education was made available to all and freed of class prejudice and the repressive physical and spiritual bonds of the old government. Government representatives were elected, a communal constitution would unite the nation, and a central government was enforced that represented the working class. After the proletarian revolution, there will be a temporary dictatorship of the proletariat. The proletariat needs to use governmental force because class struggle has not yet totally disappeared. Land is being transitioned from private ownership to collective ownership, so this needs to exist until classes are done away with. Marx claims that Bakunin does not understand anything about social revolution because Bakunin believes in willpower and not economic condition as the base of the social revolution. In Germany, the entire nation will be governors and there will be no governed ones. A government will not exist because one class does not control another. Marx criticized Bakunin's view of a small number of representatives being elected by the people. Bakunin believes that when this class struggle occurs, it is best for the proletariat to wait passively and not take action in the struggle to overcome the old society, because the proletariat still belongs to this old society. In Marx's view, workers need to rule for a time, but Bakunin believes that this dictatorship of the workers should not take place. According to Bakunin, freedom can only be created by freedom. In the full communist stage, people are able to enjoy their labor and the fruits of their labor. People are no longer recognized as being a professor, a coal miner, a farmer, etc. People are able to take part in all or most of these activities. A famous passage of Marx states, "In communist society, where nobody has one exclusive sphere of activity, but each can become accomplished in any branch he wished, society regulates the general production and thus makes it possible for me to do one thing today and another tomorrow, to hunt in the morning, fish in the afternoon, rear cattle in the evening, criticize after dinner, just as I have in mind, without ever becoming a hunter, a fisherman, a shepherd, or a critic." Under communism, there won't be hostile relations between countries because class struggle has ended. Once individuals stop exploiting each other, nations will stop exploiting each other as well. Communism breaks away from the past and abolishes eternal truths, religion, and morality. There is a stress on centralization. There will be a classless society and production is controlled by the whole nation. Schools of socialism developed in France and England to show the injustice under the current capitalistic system. These schools stress the negative effects of division of labor, the control of capital by a small group of elites, and crisis of overproduction. In crude visions of communism, there are preoccupations with possessions not being overcome, but only turns to envy and an urge to reduce to the common level and leads to competition. The community becomes the universal capitalist. There still remains a division of labor and the power of those that make decisions and those that just do what they are told and do not play a role in the development of objects. Having wages equalized does not transform the alienated capital and wage-labor relationship. Workers are still dominated by the capitalists and cannot express their creative ideas. A society where the worker is like a slave still exists because the worker cannot play a role in the production of his or her world. The mere fact of wanting to reduce everything to a minimum is not better than a capitalist or individualistic society. The failure to understand the individual as a social being that needs to develop relations with others still exists.